man Blastoise, big 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 man.
It's been a minute. I'll just come right out the gate. You're not going to be seeing me much on this platform unless I have something to say or something to do, like right now. This right here, Christian, is something I've been holding back from you for a minute. This is a modded Game Boy Advance. As you know, I modded my own Game Boy SP. Actually, let me go get it right now. I think it's somewhere in my bag. It was actually just on my desk. This right here is my Game Boy Advance. I modded this probably like a little over a year ago, and I love this thing. I love playing games on it, but I was thinking, like, I can't just hog all the fun for myself, and so being that, you know, I know you have a lot of work and stuff, on those times you're bored, why not give you this? And plus, being that you and I, you know, we have a love for Pokemon, and I know you've started playing ROM hacks on your phone, or just ROMs of Pokemon games on your phone. Why not give you the actual thing? Well, sort of, but you know, it pretty much is. Now you can join me on the Game Boy adventures. There's some ROM hacks I really want you to play, which I'll bring them up as further on in the video. But first, let's just talk about the process of me actually putting this damn thing together. Now, the nice thing about the Game Boy Advance, actually, I would say it's probably one of the easiest consoles to mod ever. Like, just to show the process, like, there were some ups. This is going to either go really well or really horribly. I'm just going off of a single video I watched on YouTube 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, watch it again now.
It's charging and everything. Look at this bitch.
Oh my.
And there were a lot of downs. There's not enough space. There's no way there's enough space. Okay, I have an idea. I don't know what's going on here, but that's fine. It was a really fun process. I plan on doing this a lot more for like a couple other friends. I actually plan on making another Game Boy Advance for myself. I think I might make me a Rayquaza one, just because that is my goat. But I thought for you, Christian, I thought Blastoise would be good for you. That's why I asked you way back on Messenger all that time ago about, I think it was like, what's your favorite Pokemon, or like your favorite starter or something like that. Yeah, just to go over to like some of the features that are in this. One of the big things I added, oh, I forgot I never fucking charged this thing. That actually nicely transitions into one of the first and probably biggest features that this thing has. It's chargeable. The Game Boy Advance can't be charged. I'm sorry, I'm like looking at, let me blow out this candle. I just got candle wax on my... Oh, wait. Hold on, maybe we're missing out on candle wax. It took AA batteries, loading it up like a shotgun. I mean, of course it lasts for a long time, but you constantly have to reload it with batteries, and that could be annoying. I put the USB Type-C rechargeable battery in here. So, probably using, I don't know what phone you have. You probably have the latest iPhone, knowing you. So, probably like an iPhone, like, what, like 13, 15? I don't keep up with iPhone. I don't know what the hell the latest one is. Don't worry, I am including one in the box, just in case you don't have one, so you do have a new charger with it. I'm actually using that right now to charge this. It's another thing I've added, was a backlit screen. You can play in the dark now. You don't need to worry about having a light source or anything, like any modern device. And it's a really nice screen as well. Bottom one. Okay, so like right here under the Advance logo, tap this. It should affect the brightness. Start rubbing it like this. Yeah. If you rub it, it actually works better. It's like a genie lamp. So to do the color, you just hold down this, you hold down the top, just right here where my finger is. You just hold it down, you don't tap it. Well, going back to the soldering, one thing I tried to add was an amp for the speaker, which it kind of does work. I need to do a comparison, but I don't really think it makes that much of a difference, mainly because I didn't put any new speakers in it. So it does jack all. The reason why I actually chose to give you a Game Boy Advance instead of an SP was because I honestly thought that this would be better for you. You got a little bit bigger hands than me, and the Game Boy Advance is just more comfy to hold than an SP like all day. It's one of the reasons why I plan on making myself a Game Boy Advance, because I mean, it's not comfy to hold. It's nice for putting in my pocket, because, you know, it protects the screen and such. And speaking of that, I did actually include in the things I got you a case. If you are worried about the screen, don't worry. There is a protective screen on it. The white thing here is actually a glass screen protector. So that way you don't gotta worry about it. I definitely didn't put it on there because I made a fuck up. No, I would never. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what the lights on the battery mean. I know this blue light means it's charging. There's other lights it'll emit. I'm gonna flash on screen what they mean, because I'm gonna be real with you, I completely forgot. But you know, if it's dying, you should just see like a red light here that's flashing. Like, that'll let you know, oh shit, it's low. And of course the light will be green if it's good on battery life. Another reason why I actually chose to get you a Game Boy Advance instead of a Game Boy SP is because the Game Boy SP does not have a headphone jack. And I'm sitting here thinking like, you're on a loud ship, you know, doing your duties and such. So I included in, let me dig it out of here. Earbuds that definitely were not just sitting in my drawer. I think these are, I don't think it only works with one. Also included in the care package, a link cable. So if you and I are ever doing a Pokemon playthrough, we can do some trading, try to complete a dex. You know, if you're playing like Fire Red and I'm playing Leaf Green or vice versa, we can try to shoot for a completed dex. Hey, you know, it'd be a little fun little side quest. And if you notice this top blue light here, that's because I put an Easy Flash. Basically, if you probably remember those DS carts that people had back then, where you have like 1,000 games on it, put a micro USB in there, and boom, you have a ton of games. Yeah, it's basically that, but for the Game Boy Advance. I have a folder dedicated to Pokemon ROM hacks on here, and it's the first folder you'll actually see when you boot this up, just so you know where it's at. But on here, there's a lot of Pokemon ROM hacks that I'm actually going to rapid fire recommend to you, or ones I've just heard that are good and played a little bit of. One of them is the Legacy series, which is basically sort of like remasters. Like, there's fuck, why am I blanking out on the YouTuber that in this team that worked on it? Link, you know, picture here, link in description. Yeah, we can play Radical Red. We got Radical Red on here, so you know we can rip our hairs out together and stuff. I was gonna say not in that way, but wait. Pokemon Crown, Pokemon Sword and Shield Ultimate. So like, I get if you want to play a demake of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Oh, Pokemon Too Many Types. That's a really fun one that I really want you and I to sit down and play together. Like, it's Pokemon, but like there's over 50 types. There's Fire Rocket Edition. Fire Rocket Edition is literally just you playing as a Team Rocket grunt. And last but certainly not least, which is my favorite ROM hack on here, Pokemon Emerald Rogue EX. Dude, genuinely, I have grinded so many hours on this. I would even argue it's like my favorite Pokemon game ever. Yeah, there's a lot of amazing Pokemon ROM hacks, but a lot of amazing Game Boy Advance games that I want to shoot at you as well, because there's a lot of just great games out there. Of course, me being a mad Kirby fan, I'm going to throw Kirby's Nightmare and Dreamland into you. I'm also going to throw Amazing Mirror at you, because that right there is a multiplayer game you and I can actually play together. I think you would love the WarioWare games, WarioWare Inc. and Not Twisted. The reason why I say Not Twisted is because this doesn't have motion controls. It has Rumble though. If you're ever bored, there's the Pokemon pinball games. I mean, I really like pinball personally. Like, pinball's like my thing, but the Pokemon pinball games are pretty damn good. So if you're ever bored, you can just boot that up. As well as Tetris. If you're ever just like shitting on a toilet or anything, boot up Tetris. I heavily recommend that Metroid Zero Mission especially. It's an amazing Metroid game. Like, I really love it. It's really good, especially if you're getting into things. Of course, you have your Mario games, and you have a lot to choose from on here. Like, you have Mario Kart Circuit, so you have your Mario Karts. Pinball, which is actually pretty fun. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, which is sort of like a puzzle game I think you would enjoy. Oh yeah, and the Superstar Saga, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. It's an RPG. It's a turn-based RPG, but Mario. A series that I know you would eat up and haven't tried yet. Maybe you haven't tried it, man. I don't know. I don't know what you do in your life all the time. Sometimes I look through your window, but maybe I don't see everything. Fire Emblem. I think you would enjoy Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem I've played the original Fire Emblem. There are a plethora of games on this little thing, and I actually went in and made it to where it has a little blue light. You can actually change that if you want and go into the settings and do that. I'll show you how to do that one when I see you in person, Pookie. This is your Game Boy. I spent a good bit on it, both time-wise and financially, and I can't say that I regret it. I cannot wait for you to have this in your hands. And honestly, I kind of see our relationship like Gilgamesh and Enkidu. I actually started reading it not too long ago. There's a lot of things that Gilgamesh and Enkidu, you know, that say and do to each other that really remind us of each other. Like, for example, like for this, when Gilgamesh is being told by Ninsun about Gilgamesh, about like their relationship. Like, for example, you like telling Gilgamesh about how how his relationship with Enkidu would go. You will love him as a woman, and he will never forsake you. Yeah. And then they become friends through like having a little scuffle, you know that through that scuffle, you know that shit happens, they become friends. And you know what's funny? Enkidu literally ran up to he decided to go to Gilgamesh because he was getting married and stop the wedding. Or for one happened. That doesn't make it. And then there's also like the scene of like Gilgamesh wiping away Enkidu's tears, and Enkidu is also killed by Gilgamesh's not wife because Gilgamesh wouldn't marry her because he was in a relationship. I mean, I'm not saying our relationships and it's like this, but it's not. It's nowhere near that. It's nowhere even close to that.
Your companion on the deck, standing ready for your word. A mark of chain with a sunny disposition, wrapped up in cellophane for any proposition. I greet your day and ask you how you are, and demonstrate my endless repertoire. I'll take things back when noted insufficient. I learn to tell you no if running inefficient. A good time. Yet there's something deep inside that leads me to react, a longing for a world left on the other side. Zero cross the great divide. So can we